Dear team, good morning. I wish everyone a great start to Monday. I'll also write my wishes in the group for you. Now we'll have a little programming, a mindset for the week. Soon we'll start trading according to the forecast. At 11 a.m. Moscow time, we begin. An hour and 15 minutes left. And now here's a short video, maybe about 40 minutes, to trade with you. What do I want to wish you? If you are marking levels, be very careful with this. Don't just look at the picture. Look not only at the local view, not just like this, but also at what happened in the previous history. Here, for example, is a very good level. British pound, Swiss franc. Let me take this opportunity and try to enter. British pound, Swiss franc, 1 minute time frame. All bought. The link will be in the description. Test it on demo. Practice your strategy on demo. Be sure to test everything new on demo as well. Now I'm requesting this currency pair. Right here, I would open a trade down. What will the bot show me here? According to the bot, I see the future. The chart is moving upward. Here I see an upward movement. Signal up. I'll explain now why I see it this way. But here the signal is down. So out of 5 signals, we have 3 for an increase. But I wanted to go down. That's it. So I won't analyze this currency pair. Why did I want to go down? Because this level has been touched 3 times. That's it. I'm done with this. I won't analyze this pair anymore. And I wish the same for you. If, for example, you set a level and you know that it will be broken soon, how can we know that? For example, stop on the chart. Here we have a horizontal zone. 3 touches, 1, 2, 3. The 4th touch usually leads to a breakout. So on the 4th touch, this level is broken. That is, if you have this kind of pattern, if you know about it and it works for you, then you switch to the bot so it can give you the same hint so that the majority is here. For example, if it's 64 up and 36 down, then that's a signal to go up. Here, this is for the future movement of the chart. This line also indicated an upward movement. The vertical volumes on the histogram form a staircase. If there are green candles going down, it means the uptrend is continuing. Oversold always turns into overbought, and overbought always turns into oversold. Oversold turns into overbought. This is also a signal. That is, if you are doing this on your own, I recommend thinking for yourself and double checking with the bot. If you see on your own that there is a strong movement and you can enter on the breakout, then check with the bot. If the bot says to go ahead, then enter. But when such strong movements happen, be careful. It's better to skip a currency pair if you are a beginner. If you've been trading for a long time, you can do it. Why not? Currency pair, British pound, Canadian dollar. No, that's not it. Not that one. Go back. I missed it a little. Don't rush either. Rushing can really throw you off. For some people, attention gets worse in the spring. That's not very good either. So it's better to double or even triple check yourself. Only after that should you enter. Here, I've marked the white level. You can see it. Now I'll mark the pink level. Here it is. I was thinking of entering a buy position on the breakout of the white level. British pound, Canadian dollar. I'm checking urgently. I'm entering a buy position. See, I didn't make it in time. I wanted to, but you should only do it if it's near the level. Also, if you don't make it in time, don't enter. If the chart had gone here and didn't pull back, there's no point in entering. Don't rush. Don't try to jump on a departing train. What do we have here? There's a level. How did I mark it? I saw a pause, saw a pause, saw a pause. There are 3 pauses. I understand that soon, on the 4th touch, this level will be broken. Okay, I understand that our pattern will work here. Besides that, I can do it a little differently. I can do it like this or like this. It's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and on the 4th touch, there will be a breakout and the chart will move. Now it's a different level. We had a pullback, another pullback, but there can't be an infinite number of pullbacks. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remain. So here I understood that we could go up for a breakout. That's what we just looked at together. We analyzed it in our heads. Then I requested the currency pair from our bot. And what do we see here? The first indicator, the future movement of the chart, a little bit down, then upward. This is a signal downward. Okay. The second indicator, 56 for upward movement and 44 for downward. That's the second indicator for an upward move. The third indicator, vertical volumes, histograms form a staircase from bottom to top, red ones, which means there won't be a downward movement. So if there won't be a downward movement, that means there will be an upward movement. This is also a signal for an increase. Here, despite the overbought state, there is still a pullback and the chart rises even higher. And here there was an intersection, which means there was a turn. And here, as you can see, there was no intersection. This is also a signal to increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 signals to increase. Strong volume. Here and here, this means 2 strong levels above. But this level that we want to break through, according to the histograms, I see that it's not that strong. But even if it were strong, even if it was strong because we have so many tests, there were more than 3 attempts to break through, you see. But here, the news also helped us. Check this analytics tab, economic calendar, news in 7 minutes. And now when you sit down to trade, also check if there are less than 15 minutes left before the news. Even if you use a billion indicators, a billion graphic analyses, sometimes the news goes in the opposite direction and takes the chart the other way. So for example, if there had been news indicating a decline here, roughly speaking, no matter how many touches there were, even 5, there still would have been a downward movement. Look, 8 seconds left. Let's see how I close this currency pair. You know, here's another recommendation I have for you. Just 1 second left, such a tense little moment. I make a profit of $78 because right now some news just came out and more will be released in 6 minutes. And you see, when there's more than 1 dot, then the volatility will be pretty good. Even if there's just 1 dot and 2 or 3 news items, the volatility is still good. So I took my profit. That's it. Now I'll wait a little bit, 10, 15, 20 minutes. And then I'll also look at other currency pairs. That's what I'll do because there's a strong movement here. It's better to wait it out. There's strong movement here. It's strong here, it's strong here. So I wait like this, looking for a good currency pair without strong movements, which is what I recommend you do as well. Here's some advice for the week, or really it could apply to the whole year, because these tips help me, and I believe they'll help you too. If I don't manage to trade on my own, I'll trade with you as a team, and then I'll continue afterwards. All right, that's it. I'm taking a break. Okay, look, I took a break, and now the break is over. Thank you very much for your feedback. We got 7 positives, excellent. And now I'll start trading with a full explanation, with a complete breakdown. I'll continue the trading session. Look, I'm also choosing a currency pair. Let's see what we have here. Here's a moment. There's a level, a chart. It's breaking through it now, but I'm not making it in time. It's heading toward the second level. But we can consider this currency pair, although because of this sharp, sudden, impulsive upward movement, you need to be very careful. Let's see, I would open an upward trade there. EUR, USD, Euro dollar. I would open up, but let's see what the bot says. If the bot tells me it's not a good idea to open there, why up? Because we have 1 high, 2, 3, and a 4th touch. I would expect a breakout. But on the other hand, here was the level, 1 touch, 2 touches, and this is a false breakout. It's possible that from this level, we'll actually see a pullback, so we need to double check right now. And the signal is up, but the future movement of the chart is both down and up, especially with the news background showing this. And here are the vertical volumes. They indicate it won't go up. And here it's 2 against 2, roughly speaking, 2 indicators up, 2 indicators down. So if you have such situations, first of all, strong movement should also make you cautious. There are moments where it's debatable, you're unsure whether to enter or not, ask the bot. And here too, it's kind of debatable, 50-50, so it's better to avoid such currency pairs. You won't make a mistake if you step away from this currency pair. Now, let's set the blue level. The currency pair is the Australian dollar. I would go down on AUD, USD. AUD/USD, time frame M1. Why not now? I'll show you. Now let's work with you. There's at least a second, at least a third minimum, meaning we're hitting the 3rd touch, 4th touch. There was a strong pullback, a downward movement, and a prolonged correction. Either after this prolonged correction, we'll see a reversal, or, the prolonged correction will continue further in the same direction. It's moving down, almost reaching the level. We need to catch the downward signal by volume. Here it goes up, here down, here up, damn. Well, that's 3 out of 5. So here's the 4th touch, a breakout. I'm not keeping up, you see? Talk too much, should have acted faster. But then I needed to give you the analysis. Well, you see, sometimes that happens. Of course, you can get upset about it. On the other hand, if the move has already started, it's good that we didn't enter. It's also not worth entering too early. I think that's it. Yes, you understand why it's down there. And you all understand why we didn't make it in time. We didn't make it because I spent too long analyzing. Euro British pound. Let me request the currency pair now. Euro GBP and the M1 time frame. Here, I would open a buy position. I'm highlighting a rectangle. As you can see, I'm using the broker's tools. If it's convenient for you, you can use them like this too. And if not, if it's inconvenient, 1, 2, 3, the fourth touch. If there is an approach, there will be a breakout. Plus, there's also an ascending trend triangle. See? I would enter a buy here, waiting for the bot's response. Guys, let's enter. That's it. I'm in 3 minutes up. Let's go. Let's first look here at why we're going up according to our pattern. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 highs. This one is a pullback, a correction. You could even say there are 4 highs. All right. I've marked 3 and technically a 4th one too. This touch is a breakout for us. Plus, the price lows keep rising all the time. An ascending trend triangle. Usually in an ascending trend triangle, the chart breaks out. This side right here. So according to chart analysis, we now understand that there should be a breakout of the blue level here. Let's mark it in pink. But before entering, we switched over to Telegram. And what do we see here in Telegram? I opened the wrong currency pair. Here it is, Euro to British pound. I got scared and wondered why in the previous screenshot it had already gone up by 24%. I thought maybe I made a mistake. Damn, 20, 58% for an upward signal, okay? 42 for a downward move. The majority is up. There's a second point. The future chart movement shows there will be growth. Okay, I get it too. A signal for an upward move, a staircase of green candles, means an acceleration of the uptrend. You see a staircase of green candles, acceleration of the uptrend. That's what's happening. Exactly. It's the same thing here. That's what's happening. There are video courses on this topic available on the Binary School website where we trade. According to the forecast, there's a trader's course tab there. I'll show you now. So we already have 3 signals for an upward move. Here's the 4th signal. Do you see these histograms? Here they are. Do you see this level? Here it is. And it turns out that our chart keeps hitting this level repeatedly. And the breakout occurs. Out of 5 indicators, only here does the overbought condition show that it will go down. That's what this crossover means. The chart can turn around like this and go back into overbought territory. Out of 5 indicators, 4 are signaling an upward move. And of course, our main indicator is our own head, graphical analysis. We look together at why here it's for an upward move. Look, we're taking a very nice profit here. The breakout happened. It's just great. Everything went perfectly here like clockwork. Let's move on to another currency pair. Now, take a look at these moments. Australian dollar, Swiss franc. Let's quickly do an analysis. Australian dollar, Swiss franc, M1 time frame. Do you see a level here or not? You can pause my videos and analyze them and do your own breakdown. And see, for example, in which direction you would open a trade. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I would open it downwards. I think you understand why, right? The only thing is you could wait. And here it's also debatable. Look, down, up, up, up. And here down the volume is empty. 3 out of 5. But I want it to go down, right? But here it says you should go up. So I'll hold off here. That's the right thing to do. That's good. If you have doubts, you shouldn't take risks. You shouldn't go in blindly. Believe me, if you went in, let's say, without confidence and still made a profit, even if you made a profit, even if you earned something from it, that's much worse than if you hadn't entered and hadn't earned anything. Because right now, you got lucky, so to speak, but tomorrow you might not be so lucky, unfortunately. Because if you're not lucky tomorrow, you could end up with a loss in a situation like this. Well, I've already traded the Euro-Swiss franc pair a lot. I've taken a lot from this pair. Here's the Euro-Swiss franc. Right now, I think a breakout is going to happen any second. If we're quick enough, we'll get in. You know how it sometimes goes. I rushed and thought there was going to be a breakout, but then when I actually set the level, I realized there wasn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Right now, I'm just waiting for it to happen any second. Come on, bot, I need to make it in time. All right, I'm calming down now. Rushing, here's some advice for you about that too. Rushing is bad. See, I was in a hurry and didn't even upload the screenshot. Down, down, down. Well, down. Let's go down. Rushing is really bad. And why am I rushing here? It's because I want to show you these kinds of moments that you'll experience too, so that you understand how to act in such situations. If you miss all these moments, well, basically, there won't be much value in my video. You won't see it. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 lows. The 4th touch, a breakout is happening. Well, that's what I think. Plus, here we also have a support level and a resistance level. 1, 2, 3, 4, breakout. The chart is moving to the first horizontal level, but the first horizontal level was constantly being tested. And here there will be a breakout. So I believe there will be a breakout here, but I definitely need to double check myself. Here, look, I'm opening the currency pair, Euro Swiss franc. What do we have in terms of explanation? We have a signal down, a signal down. Here, there's only a signal, roughly speaking, that it won't go down. There is news. Here, you see, it's about to go down. Signal down, oversold. So we have 1 signal down, 2 signal down, 3 signal down. Here, it's up, and the 4th signal is down. Here they are, strong, there were volumes, and when the chart breaks through this level, there's emptiness there. That is, it can go down and, in fact, well, there will be nothing holding it there, yes. There's an abyss there won't be any resistance, but the main thing is to manage to make a complex forecast in 15 seconds. Here's another tip. If you start getting distracted, take a pause, a little break. Look here, if my trade closes at a loss now, I won't have time to open a down position. But you can also take out insurance on this currency pair, which is exactly what I'm doing. But I could have opened a trade on a new currency pair, but I opened it here because I'm more than sure that there should be a breakout here by all indicators. Both according to the bot, 4 out of 5, and according to our pattern, and so on. Let's keep monitoring it. Look, I don't have time to close the forecast. I won't open here for the 3rd time. I'm switching to another currency pair. That happens too. Some people have a rule not to open a trade if, for example, they've just had a loss. Others have a rule to immediately switch to another currency pair. That's also normal. I try to show all these situations and give you such tips as well. Everyone does it differently. It depends for me. Sometimes I switch to another currency pair right away. Sometimes I stick with it for a while. So now I'll take a look at what other opportunities I have. If anything comes up, I'll open a trade now. You see $625. Now I'm going to open the maximum trade. I need to enter on a breakout of some level. And of course, I'll come back later to that currency pair where we opened 2 trades. Here it is. I'll watch for a breakout, but I don't want to open a 3rd trade. If there was a first and a second one, the currency pair gave a loss on the breakout. I know the breakout will happen 100%. I've seen these situations, maybe not a million times, but I've worked through a lot of them. And there were times when a delayed correction happened because of news, and only then did the breakout occur. That's normal, it happens, that's the market. Here's some advice for you. This is a lesson for you. Now I'm scrolling through all the currency pairs and I don't see that kind of moment right now. USD, here I want to open an upward trade. I'm here. CHF 1 minute time frame. Upward right from this level. Strictly upward from this level. Waiting for the bot's response. $625, that's it. The bot has responded. So it wasn't the bot who wrote to me. Now the bot is giving us upward signals. All right, let's go. Upward, 625. Why do you check out the Binary School website where we trade with the team? According to the forecasts, here's the tab, Traders Course. Go to it and there's a lot there. Here are video tutorials. Graphic analysis in 3 parts, vertical volumes, horizontal volumes, how to read candlesticks, Japanese candlesticks. And here, the very last balance is a very good tool, or for example, how you can trade. Let me show you now, using previous history. I won't touch our current moment. Here's the previous history. Imbalance is a strong movement. Here it is. The start of the movement, the end of the movement, and the middle is highlighted. If you have a strong movement, the chart rarely returns immediately to the point where it started. It gradually approaches the middle, and the first touch of the middle is 90%. Remember, 90% is not 100%. 90% is a pullback. This is a very good tool. You could say it's a very good trading strategy. Now let's look at our picture, the start, the end, the middle. Here, I marked the level, but I entered just a little higher, not at the very top. It smoothly approaches the middle. This is the entry point and the movement. I believe it will go up, but why am I only 90% sure here? There's still that 10%, right? It could go down, so to double check myself and really understand that there will be a pullback and an upward movement here, I consulted the bot, dollar, Swiss franc. And what do we have here? The majority is 54. A signal to go up versus 46. The future movement of the chart is upward. Excellent. Based on the volumes, I don't see the same obstacles here as there were before. So if there is a level here, you can break through it. On the contrary, upward movement, then a correction. Yes, this histogram, I expect further upward movement, as we can see here. There's a signal down here. It's unclear here. You know, the red candle staircase won't go down, and here it's green, red. I don't consider this a signal. There's signal 1, signal 2, signal 3 out of 5. 3 is unavailable. This indicator shows downwards, but there could still be a sharp crossover in the oversold zone now. You can wait until there is an intersection here, like here, and only then enter. Someone will do it, and so on for 7 seconds. Let's see now how they will close my return. It will be true that the return profit will be hidden, 0. Another deal on the rise, right at the end, is difficult to trade now. And here's another piece of advice. If you find it difficult to trade and you realize and see that trading just isn't working out like I have right now, but here remember, we opened on the breakout, and only now, most likely, the breakout will happen. Here this was a difficult currency pair, and now it closed with a return, although one shouldn't have. There was a touch of the balance there, and now it's moving up. I realized that since the trading session started with some stumbles, this trade will be my last one, meaning I need to bring it into profit. These $625, if everything goes well, should bring me $543. From those $543, I subtract the $100 that didn't go through, leaving $443, and then subtract another $250 that also didn't go through. So it turns out that I'll be $200 in net profit. In other words, this insurance isn't multiplied by 2, but by 2.5. It helps cover the losses from the first trades and brings me into profit. That's how I trade. Here's my advice to you. I'm showing all the trades. Easy ones, difficult ones, and I share all the advice, explain why something worked or didn't, talk about news and so on. So this is trading in its purest form. If you think everything is smooth here, sometimes there are tough trading sessions and sometimes there are good ones. Sometimes you get tired, you trade with the team, the fatigue builds up and you don't take a break. Well, right now it's hard for me to trade. If I rewatch the video, I take notes, record the screens, comment on everything. I did everything right, correctly. Here I could have skipped the hedge, but you see sometimes, well, here there really should have been a breakout. Well, it should have happened, but it's not guaranteed. There are currency pairs like that. Let that be a lesson for you too. Currently, there are several specific currency pairs that look exactly like they are just about to break out. They are just about to break out right now. These pairs have been consistently knocking on this specific descending triangle for such a long time, just repeatedly knocking on this resistance zone. They do break out, and sometimes that happens because of news. If some really strong news comes out, there should be a move down, but it doesn't happen. Maybe it'll happen in 10 seconds, maybe in 10 minutes. Sorry everyone, I'm already getting confused. That's a sign that I need to take a little break. So, if your trading is going well, keep trading. If not, take a break, pause for a bit. It's hard to trade because of the news. Sometimes things just don't move. If the movements you predict and plan for aren't happening, take a break, pause for a bit. That's important too. It's good practice. It's good to do it this way. It's the right way to do it. Well, I show every one of my trading sessions without embellishment, just as it really is. How I cover my losses, how I end up in profit over the long run. This is my experience. This is golden experience. Take it. I've been accumulating this knowledge for 7 years. Now I'm happy to share it. We take the profit, $543. That's it. I'm taking a break. I'll quickly edit the video. I'll rest before the second trading session with the team according to the forecasts. And that's where we'll finish. Interesting, right? The breakout isn't happening. All right, everyone, have a great week, a profitable week for us. I'll try to release videos every day. You watched, gained experience and skills. Keep practicing, work on everything. The DevaBot really helps out. Thanks to it. Here's its name. It's free. Take it. I've updated everyone. Guys, see you soon. This was Trader A. Goodbye to everyone.